Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hope you had a good weekend. I am Nick. I am the creator of Define My Day. And every day we have been coming here to talk everything focus and intention related as it applies to Define My Day. And even if you're not using Define My Day, we've been talking about that. Last week we had our health week. I think it went really well. The feedback we got from that was very good. Um, but I want to make an announcement. This today will be the beginning of us pulling back a little bit on these, well, a lot, quite a bit on these daily videos. We're going to have to, well, we're going to change the schedule up a little bit and start doing a Monday morning at 10 o'clock video. And then we'll release a daily, like, quick video each morning after that. And then we're going to try to work in a Thursday happy hour video over on my page, which is facebook.com/defined life. And that'll probably happen, I'm guessing, at 5 o'clock on Thursday. So we're going to try to work on that. But uh, from now on, we're going to have Monday morning videos at 10 o'clock. And then we'll do some regular, like, tips on every other morning. That'll be like a scheduled release every morning, just to keep you guys, keep a touchstone with you guys through the week. But as I was going through our video yesterday and planning out my week, just looking at my week, and seeing all of the things that we have to do, the morning video at 10 o'clock every day was almost impossible to do this week. And I know as things start reopening and getting more busy on our end, it's going to be almost impossible to maintain consistency with that morning video. So rather than some days just not showing up, I think we need to dial it back intentionally and make sure we're doing it in the best way possible. So, this week, I'm looking at my schedule right now, and it's jam packed already. And I left some open space in the afternoon, but my mornings completely booked with a lot of the things we have to do for work. And it's funny. I've been being more intentional myself, to get less reactive and more proactive with where I'm spending my time further down the road. So, if my Define My Day process for the past couple of months has been to stay healthy and stay focused and keep showing up here, looking forward, as things reopen and trying to make sure that we're, staying aligned further down the road. So my aim point, I guess I would say, my aim point with COVID happening and everything, my aim point came a little bit closer, right? So, comparing it to, like, using a golf analogy, um, you're looking down range, you're looking at the hole, you're trying to, get to the hole. But when you're actually striking the ball, you're looking at more of an intermediate point, right? So, I've been looking sort of straight and right in front of the ball for the past couple of months, just trying to make sure we stayed on the right path. Now I'm starting to direct my aim a little bit more downrange to make sure that we're going long term the way we want to go. So I've had to adjust, how I'm handling my weeks and getting more back to the way that we were handling it, or the way that I was handling it in the past. And you'll have to do the same thing in your own life. Whether you're just starting with Define My Day or just working your way out of the pandemic situation or whatever you might have going on, you want to start looking further down range to try to figure out, what are my steps going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week? And let's just not just plan out today. We need to start looking a little bit further down the road. Now, we do that when we have our monthly goals planned, right? And we do that when we have our weekly milestones. So, we're sort of, keeping it real tight by just every day planning out what I'm doing today. Now, what I'm doing is, you can use the page. You can use this page, the one weekly page we have in there now, the new page. You can use this page, where you can plan out your priorities for the week. Personally, I like to see it on my calendar, So using the Apple Calendar that's on the phone and on the Apple computers, um, I actually time blocked my entire week for this week. And so my mornings are completely blocked off, and I have two colors. I have personal and I have business. And so my weeks are completely blocked off. Like today is completely planned out the entire day. Tomorrow is planned up until 3 o'clock. And then I have open time. I also have my meals planned for the entire week. But every morning up until about 1 or 1:30 every day this week, I have completely blocked off already. So now I know, like if somebody comes at me with a new like, hey, can you do this? Or, whatever, I can look at my schedule and say, you know what, Thursday I have appointments or, whatever. So I know where I need to be. Lynn knows where I need to be. Luann knows where I need to be, or she doesn't. If she doesn't, she will soon. So in that, we know what we can do and can't do this week. And we're going to continue to project that further and further out as we go. And it's funny, it's when you hear, like when you're already having a thought and then you hear something that reinforces it, you're just like, yep, yep, I knew. Like, I don't know if it's just I'm keying in on that because of the reticular activating system in my brain. Like, I wouldn't normally key on it, but now that I was already thinking it, now I'm keying on it now that I heard it. But I was listening to Ed Milet's podcast yesterday while I was mowing the lawn, and he was interviewing Brendan Burchard. And Burchard was talking about how, he can look into somebody's calendar and see what they've been doing or where they're going. And you can see on my calendar where I've been because I was projecting out a day or two ahead of time. But you wouldn't get a great sense of where I'm going in these past couple of months because it's been a little bit up in the air and we've been dealing with, the move, the pandemic, all this stuff. But I was already getting the sense that like I was living a little bit too much day to day. Even though I had monthly goals, even though I had weekly milestones, I was still scheduling things a little bit too day to day and not so much down the road forward the way that I had been in previous years. So going to get a lot tighter with that as we go forward here. And part of that, is gonna take quite a bit of change, um, from you know, my schedule, my daily schedule. So one of the things that has to change is the change in these videos. So I apologize for that. I hate to sort of take it away because I enjoy these sessions, but I know that looking in the greater scheme of things, there's a lot of work I need to be doing, and we're going to be doing we're going to be adding uh, a lot of things to our overall offering that we have for people. A lot of new free content is going to be coming out, and a lot of ability to learn, a lot of things we can do to help people do more as far as keeping their daily lives in alignment with where they want to go. So, if we're going to keep that mission up and do even better, I have to change a couple of things around here. So, that's the main motivation for a lot of the things that we're going to be doing moving forward. Uh, let's see who we got in here. We have Pam. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning. Somebody in the user group. Good morning, and Kathy. Good morning to you. Thanks for your recipe. I got that email. I was looking through it. It looks really good. Can't wait to try it out. We're making pulled pork right now, and we had lamb last night. We had a leg of lamb last night. We put on the grill, and that was amazing, amazing. Um, but I had my experience yesterday. Yesterday was a crazy day. Just did a lot of yard work, a lot of things around the house, just tidying things up. And it's amazing, when you let things get a little bit overgrown, and a lot of this stuff was already overgrown when we moved in, so it's just a matter of getting around to it. But there's certain things I'd been looking at, and I just knew I needed to yesterday bite the bullet and take care of it. And walking outside now, with these open spaces now rather than overgrown bushes and trees and things, it's amazing the difference. Like you just feel the difference. So it felt pretty good. But yesterday, I was really impressed with my boys. They were helping me clean up sticks and branches and stuff, and I was really impressed with them. And but last night we went out and we swept the driveway and picked up sticks from the front of the yard, right? And my oldest turning 10 this weekend, and he is pretty meticulous. I mean, he does a really good job, probably naturally a better job at, you know, the finer details than me. But last night, he'd come to me, he came to me like three times. He's like, "Is the driveway done yet?" And I'd go look at it, and it was not clearly not done. I mean, it just like he did a lot, he just didn't do like there was. It still looked kind of messy, a lot of dust and pollen and dirt and leaves and mulch and stuff all over the driveway, piles of it. And so I said, "Come on, man! You like at like the third time, I'm like, it's not done. Like you can see that it's not done." And so, I went, I talked to him about it. I was helping him along the way. I was also doing my own thing, kind of sweeping, the back patio and the sidewalks. And so I came around to him and really put a concerted effort to helping him do it. And I said, "Look, this is like a Mr. Miyagi type moment. Like this is Daniel wax on, wax off, like all this stuff. Like it's not about getting it done and just walking away. It's about being mindful and finishing it, right? And doing it right and doing it to completion." And I said, "The reason I'm having you do this is to teach you like that there is a start and a finish, and you need to put in the work to do it." And it was the same thing with my younger boy. My younger boy was in charge of picking up sticks in the front yard. And, there's not a lot, but, it's tedious work. And even Lynn was like, what's he have to do here? He's frustrated. He doesn't know like how long he has to do it. And I said, "Look, like the point is not so much to, like to get it done faster or whatever. The point is just to be outside working and learning that this mindfulness to get something done." So he's 6. I know there's limits to that, but building those good habits early. And so we all talked about it, and once they understood, it's amazing because when you give purpose behind what you're doing, like if the purpose is just to get out here, get it done, and move, like that's kind of how it was given